Well, today I'm in the market town of Shepton Mallet, which is, contrary perhaps to popular opinion, is rather historic, got some great architecture around it. Anyway, I love coming here, not least because of the Arts Bank, where I'm going to go with Heather, who's shooting the film today.
Happy birthday, Tom!
Thank you, on cue, that's marvellous. You know, the rule is, it is May the 4th, it is my birthday, the rule is it's sunny on my birthday, and the sun is just peeking round from the top of the house, so the tradition is well maintained. Frankly though, Heather, I am a continual disappointment, because you see, I have that birthday that half the film-going fraternity would die for. May the Force be with you. And you know what? I have never watched Star Wars. I have no inclination to watch Star Wars. And thinking of how your jaw is dropping to the ground now, Heather, I know that others will be equally disappointed with that. Anyway, lots going on as usual. Very, very busy week. Just back from London. I was with the ARIAs last night, the Radio Industry Awards. Gotta say, I love Rylan. And just checking out his co-host, I had that nicely rehearsed. Fleur, of course. Fleur East. They were fantastic. What a couple. Not a couple. It's Rylan would be quick to point out. Anyway, let's not explore further. He was chatting up the state. Anyway. And extra congratulations to Fleur. Because, of course, Hits Radio is the UK station network as of the ARIAs last night. Anyway, I had a fantastic evening, just up and down in one day. And the only thing is, you know, we need to find a way of getting grassroots and community radio more involved in the ARIAs. And Sam Bailey, who's the MD of the Academy, just did an awesome job last night. It really was. The ARIAs are here for the future now. He's done a great job. We're in talks about how we can be perhaps a little bit more inclusive of the non-profit media sectors. So, you know, you heard it here first. Last week, busy week last week, down to Taunton, BBC Radio Somerset. We've got all the radio stations of the Somerset area in one room. Lots to develop about. I'm going to make a special video about that at a later point. And oh, by the way, do you like me the red shirt? This is my birthday red shirt, you see, which I've worn red shirts since I was a teenager, out of tribute to Giuseppe Mazzini, who was the Italian patriot who did important things for the Risorgimento. Was that the Risorgimento? Risorgimento, it sounds like something you might eat in Italy. Actually, it was the creation of Italy, and they were very brave, and they came over from Argentina. They wore red shirts on the grounds that they were actually butchers in Buenos Aires, I think. Butchers as in doing stuff with meat rather than any other kind of butcher. And so tribute to that, got my red shirt on today. Last week, on Thursday, I went on a mini radio tour, and I took my colleague from DCMS, Department of Culture, or now we'd say Digital Culture, Media and Sport, and he wanted to see various models of local radio. So I arrived nice and early. He lives in Winchester. We're going to start off from Winchester, and I got to the hotel the night before. Now, the thing is, right, Heather, I always choose a hotel with a pool in, you see, because then I feel I've paid for it, and I've got to get in here. It's good for me, you see, on my continual mission to see more of my feet, you see. And there we are. They're slowly coming more into view, you see, as I lose weight. Anyway, I got to the hotel. I said, what time is your pool open? And they said, we haven't got a pool. I said, well, it's publicised online as having a pool. And they said, well, the pool burnt down.
How?
I shouldn't really laugh. I love the idea of a pool burning down. I think the sauna got a bit overexcited on an occasion. Anyway, no swimming. So let's pick up the story with Harry filming me. So right now, it's over to the A303.
So Tom, we're on the road. Where are we off to?
Well, hello Harry. We're actually on the 303, the famous 303, trunk road going west. The curse of anybody who doesn't own a caravan, but that's a story for another occasion. Luckily today, we're not particularly in the holiday traffic, so this is the start of our mini local radio tour. I say mini, in fact we're going to cover a lot of mileage today, And what I've done, Harry, is, well, you requested and asked if I could maybe arrange a tour that took in a number of different models of local radio. So I have put together this tour, and right now we're about to head over Salisbury Plain from Winchester, where you are, and pick you up at 9, and we're going to head over Salisbury Plain towards Bath, in fact, where I live, which is Midsummer Norton. And our first port of call today will be Summer Valley FM. A clear bias for me to show you that one, because that's the station I started and ran for 13 years, and they're looking forward to welcoming you. In terms of models of community radio or local radio, it's really a community radio station of geographic location. In the UK, community radio licenses tend to either be for an area, a bit like, you know, a BBC local radio station or the old independent local commercial stations, or they're communities of interest, and they tend to be more in urban areas for an ethnic population or lifestyles or whatever. And we're going to go and see one of those later. So after Summer Valley FM, we're going to, just passing the sign now for Salisbury, we'll be seeing that a little bit later on today, and I'm going to take you down to meet David Harbour, who loves Salisbury. And now David's interesting because he straddles both the community and the commercial sectors. He came from commercial radio on the south coast, set up Love Andover, which is a community radio station for Andover, just driving past it in a moment. And I think a great example of how a community station has borrowed from the commercial sector in terms of marketing and very visible and vibrant public engagement to build your audiences. That's Love Andover, but today I'm taking to Love Salisbury. Now, Love Salisbury is not a community radio license in the FM sense of it. It is a small-scale commercial radio license, which has just started broadcasting on the new DAB MUX for the Salisbury area. So I thought that would be interesting for you to see a small-scale commercial on DAB, because this is what's so fascinating by what's happening in local radio, is that we're seeing the return of commercial radio. When the big boys, the Bowers and the Global, they bought up the old independent local radio stations, but now we're seeing the return of small-scale commercial because of the DAB offer, which obviously you at DCMS is deeply involved with. So I thought that would be an interesting model for you to see. Hopefully David will lay on a sandwich for us. And then we're going to head down to Bournemouth, where we will be meeting Kevin from Hot Radio. Now, Hot Radio is a really interesting brand. It's, and I choose my words carefully, brand is exactly what it is. It is a total hybrid of commercial and community radio. It operates under the community FM license for the Bournemouth Pool area, but it's very much broadcasting on DAB as well, which is a different license structure. So it is essentially a non-profit, but marketed completely commercially. And of course, if you do successfully market your station, you are increasing your public reach, and then therefore you're increasing your capacity to do good things in your community. And we'll ask Kevin about this. And one of the things they do down at Hot Radio is they do fundraisers for other charities. You know, most people in community radio are busy fundraising for themselves, because funding can be a real challenge to keep a local radio station going. But in Bournemouth and Poole with Hot, they've gone a stage further. So they're actually a catalyst as a radio station for fundraising for other really important local causes. I think their marketing is brilliant. I don't think I'm alone in that opinion, and I'm looking forward, Harry, for you to see Hot Radio and how they go about their business. Now, one of the things they do is they actually split this is very commercial in its approach. They split their services between essentially a kind of up to 35-year-old and then a 35 plus. Kevin will hone that down for us, but I think that's my understanding. So you're really maximising your audience reach in that conurbation, and that's exactly what it is. There is no fields between Poole and Bournemouth. It is a big conurbation down there, and as far as I can see, Hot Radio have got it absolutely sewn up as the local broadcaster. So exciting things for us to explore there. Then the final port of call will be one of those radio stations of serving a community of interest. We're going to go to Unity 101 in Southampton, a great station I've visited before. We're going to meet the very impressive Kelly and find out what they're doing as a broadcaster, essentially as serving kind of Asian communities or Asian origin communities in the Southampton area. It's quite a big population. So I'm really looking forward to introducing you to Kelly and finding out a little bit about their model as well. And then perhaps somewhat exhausted, Harry will take you home to Winchester after that little lot. Well, what a fantastic day Harry and I had, and thank you so much to Richard at Summer Valley FM, David at Love Salisbury, and Kevin down at Hot Radio. We didn't quite manage to get over to Kelly in Southampton. We're going to do that for our next trip. That's it for this week. I'll have more to say about the Somerset Radio Leaders Project on a future video. All sorts of stuff going on. Right now, though, it's off to Luton for the Community Media Festival on Saturday. Can't wait for that. I've got such a great day. No doubt I'll be talking about that in the next film. More immediately, though, Heather, I think we've got lunch in the Arts Bank. Should we go and do it?
Let's go for birthday brunch.